We're on our way to the #1 song in the USA. Now we're up to the hit song, I Should Be So Lucky, the first American hit for the #1 TV actress in Australia last year. She's a pretty 20-year-old blonde named Kylie Minogue. Now, Kylie's from Melbourne, and when she was just 11 years old, she started acting professionally in Australian TV shows. Then she stopped for a while and spent her time as a typical Australian teenager, growing up and going to school. But when she was about 16, Kylie went looking for acting jobs again, and she got them. Less than 2 years later, in 1985, she landed the part that would change her life, playing a teenager in a soap opera about everyday life down under. Now, in Australia, they have TV awards just like our Emmy Awards, called Logies. And in 1987, Kylie was nominated for 2 Logies, Best New Talent and Best Actress. At the ceremony, the Best New Talent Award was announced first. She didn't win. Then Kylie says, I was just prepared to accept whatever happened. When they announced my name as Best Actress winner, I honestly couldn't believe it. I walked up in a trance to the stage. End of quote. Last summer, the Australian TV star made her first recording, a remake of the Little Eva classic called Locomotion. It was released in Australia and shot to #1. Her next big release topped charts all over the world and is currently in our countdown. Here's one of the most popular and recognized young stars in Australia, 20-year-old Kylie Minogue at #37 on American Top 40 with I Should Be So Lucky.
CT40 with Kasem.
Once a week with CT40, and you know how your favorite songs are doing across the land. Now we're up to the latest hit for one of the biggest superstars in Australian television history. Even though she's only 20 years old, she's been on TV for half her life. She landed her first role in an Australian series called The Sullivans when she was only 11. But the show that made actress and singer Kylie Minogue a superstar is a nighttime soap opera called Neighbours. In it, the bubbly, perky Kylie starred as Charlene, a tomboyish female car mechanic, and she really captured the hearts of Australian TV viewers. Since 1985, Neighbours has been one of the top-rated shows in Australia. And when Kylie's character got married last year, her on-air nuptials became the highest-rated show in Australian television history. More than half the population of the country tuned in to see her tie the knot. Recently, Kylie left Neighbours to pursue a new career as a singer. And she's been every bit as successful on the charts as she was on the tube. Listen to this. Her first 3 hits down under all went to #1. And her first hit in America, a remake of The Locomotion, climbed to #3. This week, Kylie Minogue is back with her second American hit on Casey's Top 40, climbing 3 notches to #32. Kylie sings, It's No Secret.
It's no secret, it's no secret. American Top 40.
Well, now we're up to the song Love at First Sight. It's by a singer who says she comes from a very close-knit family. Everyone is part of making her who she is. Kylie Minogue says for her, music is a family affair. Her father, for instance, is an accountant. And his #1 client, of course, his daughter Kylie. Kylie's mother is a former ballet dancer with a great sense of style. She's in charge of Kylie's wardrobe and Kylie's look. She goes with her daughter on all of her tours to make sure her clothing is just right. Though Kylie says she also does basic mother things, quote, reminding me to eat, things like that. Kylie's brother, Brendan, is a cinematographer who both films his sister and shares a London apartment with her. And her younger sister, Dani, is a singer and actress who often works as Kylie's backup singer. Kylie is surrounded by people named Minogue, all of whom share in the success of the song that this week soars 8 notches to 32 on AT40. Kylie Minogue with Love at First Sight. Well, now we're up to an American Top 20 extra by Kylie Minogue, a star who's busier than ever, despite her battle with cancer. It was back in May of 2005 that Kylie Minogue was diagnosed with a particularly malignant form of breast cancer. She says, quote, it completely shut down my career. I spent a year going through terrible chemotherapy. For a year, I couldn't work at all. It took a long time for Kylie to respond to the chemo, but it also made her want to do more. Quote, when I was finally well enough to get out of bed, I headed for the studio. I told everyone I wanted more projects, even if I have to take a lot of breaks to rest.
That work includes a new CD that came out on November 26th. It includes a documentary about her recovery called White Diamond. It includes a new TV show in England, The Kylie Show, and a new TV show in France that Kylie's doing with Celine Dion called Star Academy. Kylie says she's back at work because, well, it's all she knows how to do. Quote, "Let's face it, I'm totally unqualified to do anything else." Now, with an extra, here's Kylie Minogue with her biggest hit on our survey from 2001, Can't Get You Out of My Head.
American Top 20.
As we head into the third hour, here's Kylie Minogue, a singer who recently was paid $4.4 million to entertain at the grand opening of the Atlantis Hotel in Dubai. Oh, from 2002, Can't Get You Out of My Head.
Counting down the hits with Kasem.